Welcome to the Tourism eKit tutorials. Now this first tutorial provides you with the rationale for going online, and it will use a bed and breakfast tourism case study example to help highlight some of the thinking, the risks, the opportunities and the benefits of being online. It will help you understand why you should consider an online strategy for your tourism business, and also provide some general information, including some brief insights on key aspects about being online. Additional detail is contained within other Australian Tourism Data Warehouse eKit resources. So the question, why do I need to be online, is often asked by both existing and potential business owners. Perhaps an alternative way of thinking about this question is to ask yourself instead, why don't I have my business online? The Deloitte Access Economics Report 2013 states, the online world opens up huge opportunities for small businesses across the country and holds the potential for a broader economy-wide transformation. Essentially, if you are not online in one form or another, then you are likely to be missing out on the opportunity to reach many potential consumers. Many consumers use the internet to search and find all manner of businesses and actively seek out information, such as contact details, what products and services are available, how to purchase products and services at a time that suits them. It is for these reasons it is important to consider having a fit-for-purpose online presence in the ever-changing and increasingly global competitive business environment. The Deloitte Access Economics Survey of 500 small businesses found that only 16% of small businesses have high digital engagement, with more than 1/3 of businesses, that's 35%, using virtually no internet at all. There's a long way to go until all small businesses are recognising the potential of the web. That's according to Google Australia's Managing Director, Jason Pellegrino. Another quote from the Deloitte report, it's now more important than ever for small businesses to be online and to be found. The potential upside for productivity and our economy is huge. To help you understand some of the online jargon as you work your way through this tutorial, we recommend that you use the glossary that has been developed as a part of the Tourism eKit. Let's look at our case study example. Throughout this tutorial, we'll make reference to a series of questions from a bed and breakfast operator about why they should go online. The questions will then be answered as we build a case study about how the business story unfolds. Is that okay with you, Claire? Great. Now we'll assume that our bed and breakfast operator is located in Swanwick, Tasmania. Now let's say that this operator has no dedicated website or online booking system. Bookings are done by traditional telephone and manual book entry, but the B&B does appear on some website lists, like the State Tourism website for example. So they're the assumptions on this case study. Now getting your business online does not need to be an expensive activity. Of course the cost can depend on the size of your business, but there are many low and no cost ways of beginning your online business journey. A key factor before going online is to find out who your consumers are. This will help both in planning your digital strategy and determining the right online presence for your business. In addition, it's important to gain an understanding of how your customers will find you online. Will it be through a website, a social media page, or some other way? Another important decision is determining what you want to achieve once you are online. How will you maintain content? And what metrics will you use to measure your success? Whether you offer your services online or through a traditional bricks and mortar shopfront, you have obligations. From 1 January 2011, every Australian business will have the same rights and responsibilities under the Australian Consumer Law. By knowing your rights and responsibilities, you can look after your business and your customer. Now there are 10 modules available online that provide a broad overview of the key provisions of the Competition and Consumer Act 2010, which includes the Australian Consumer Law. You may want to work your way through these modules in addition to this tutorial. So, on to meeting customer expectations. Customers still have expectations. They always had. It's just that now, their expectations are likely to be far more diverse. Today's expectations include an ability to find and interact with your business online. So, a question from our B&B operator. Claire.
I've run my B&B in this location for years and have a high number of customers, many of whom come back every year in the summer holidays. They ring me to make a booking and I put them in the diary. What more do they want?
Good question. Your customers in an online environment are not just isolated to your regulars. Many travel to your area year-round from across Australia and the rest of the world. Your current strategy, whilst effective, limits the number of customers that you reach and potentially impacts on the future growth and development of your business. If you undertook a review of the businesses around you, you'll find many of them are online with websites, Facebook business pages and online booking systems. Now the risk for your business is that existing and future customers may book elsewhere as they start to look online. People want to be able to access information 24/7 about what your business has to offer and how they can contact you. They like an ability to see what is available and be able to book straight away. Customers in diverse markets, linked by digital platforms, have adopted global buying behaviours on a scale previously unimaginable. It could be said that modern business practice demands that a business is online. The range of online business practices vary from a simple website through to being able to buy and sell goods and services online. A key component to understanding this practice is to understand who your customers are, or will be, and how they might think about not only accessing information online, but making bookings and other purchases as well. This PayPal report identifies what is referred to as the 5 species of cross-border online shoppers. While this report is not directly targeting the tourism B&B sector, it does provide insight into some of the behaviours more broadly used in the online world where goods and services are purchased using these modern business practices. On to our next question from our B&B owner.
What would you suggest that I need to think about if I was to put my B&B online?
Now there's many things to think about, but some early considerations include these. 1. Development of an online strategy. Some call it a digital strategy that takes into account what you want to do, how you want to do it, and how you will do it. It is also suggested that you consider starting slow and develop the strategy further over time. 2. Development of a maintenance plan for improving your strategy over time. 3. Allocation of a budget that will allow you to achieve the strategy. 4. Observing your competitors to see what they are doing, as chances are they've probably already done some of this thinking work for you. 5. Gathering information from your existing customers. And 6. Improved findability. That's search engine optimization and search engine marketing. Now, being found online is probably one of the toughest things for tourism businesses, particularly if the business is in a popular tourism centre or area. It is for this reason that you must consider how you will be found online once you are online. A good place to start is to try and think a little like your customers would think. For example, if someone was searching for your accommodation in Swanwick, it would be best to include information on your website from the surrounding areas and have links to popular or well-known places as well. This can be done by identifying and using keywords. This will often improve the chances of your website being found, as it helps with the search engine optimization or SEO and search engine marketing or SEM of your website. Both strategies will help with your chances of being found online through search engines such as Google and Bing. Have a look at the Australian Tourism eKit tutorials 19, 20 and 21 for more information on search engine optimization. So on to the next question from our B&B operator.
So what are some of the keywords and links that I could use on my website if I was to have one?
Okay, now there's some words that I could suggest, but these words would need to be monitored over time to see if they are effective for your online business presence. If you do some online searches of your own, try to think like a customer who is looking for a B&B in the area. What would you type into the search engine? Some of the keywords that I would use would include these: B&B Swanwick, Bed and Breakfast Swanwick, B&B Coles Bay, Bed and Breakfast Coles Bay. I could even try B&B East Coast Tasmania, Bed and Breakfast East Coast Tasmania. The results will be fascinating, I'm sure, but it's important to see who comes up on that first page of the different search engines in your area for each of these entries. These results are all clues to what may work for you too. It would also be good to have links from your website, information to some of the other attractions, for example, that are close by. Places like Coles Bay, for example. Also on Google Maps. As well, you could claim your Google place on Google Maps. See these tutorials for more information on search engines and keywords. Let's now move on to competition. Competition online is not much different to a normal brick and mortar business. You just need to compete differently. To achieve this, you'll need an online presence that meets your customers' needs, can be readily found, and most importantly, is easy to use. On to our next question.
So what do I need to do to be competitive online?
Well, first and foremost, you need to know who your customers are, what they do, and how they do it. You also need to know what others are saying about your B&B online, especially in social media and review sites. Research is the key to success. Customers will have a range of expectations, and it may not be possible for you to meet them all. But if you know what these expectations are likely to be, then you can see if you need to take account of them for your tourism business's success. Here are a few thoughts on customer expectations in a B&B business context. A website that can be found and that has accurate, easy to read, rich information about what is on offer and where. To be able to see what is available and to be able to book and pay immediately. Good reviews from previous customers, such as those on sites like TripAdvisor. And value for money. On to our next question.
You have said that video and images are important. These things are expensive. I don't have the money for these things. How can I achieve them?
Well, many consumers are looking to see where they might be staying, and they're also interested in what it looks like and even feels like, so to speak. Small amount of text and a good number of photos, and if appropriate, a short video or two, can be the difference between them staying at your B&B or staying somewhere else. Now Claire, I see you've got a smartphone here. It's amazing what you can do with these. They've got the built-in camera, so just doing a few shots around your property and even maybe a short video walking through and showing some of the rooms. I mean, all it will do is just take a little time. You can certainly use it for things like that. Now, short videos like a 15-second walk around what you can offer can be an effective and low-cost way to showcase your business online. See the tutorial on images, tutorial 16, and videos, tutorial 16A for more information. Remember, many of your customers will expect that they'll be able to book and pay online. This ability often comes from your website booking system or through a distributor's website. And that brings us to our next question.
My current diary system works just fine, so what's wrong with it?
Well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the diary system that you use. In fact, some businesses use more than one. However, you might be missing out on other B&B bookings if you are not online. An online booking system can reduce the work you have to do because it provides information to potential customers on what you have available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like how much your rooms are, for example. It allows your customers to make bookings on the spot. They have the power to decide when and where they are ready. Another effective way to grow your business online is through the use of distribution channels. These do often come at a cost, usually a percentage of what's sold. However, they are another way that customers can find you online and make their bookings and payments accordingly. See tutorial 34 on online booking and tutorials 38 and 39 on online distribution. These cover the basics of what online bookings are, as well as how you can sell your product online. But what about marketing online? Being online also allows you to market online. This can be achieved through the use of e-marketing tools and other techniques that often require little or no cost. Examples of these tools include the use of Google AdWords and Facebook marketing campaigns. Ultimately, it's about finding the right tool and/or technique for you and your tourism business. Other examples could include email marketing campaigns, using marketing services such as MailChimp. That brings us to our next question.
If I had a website and a Facebook business page, which one should I use?
Well, there's no right or wrong answer, as different campaign strategies can work at different times and for different reasons. For example, a Facebook advertisement may be effective in bringing your business to someone's attention, whilst a Google AdWords campaign might help you be found when they're searching for you at some future time in Google. You might also choose to have both for different reasons. See tutorial 24 through to 31 on e-marketing. These include paying for advertising on websites, sending email offers, and using the Australian Tourism Data Warehouse to market yourself through multiple distributors. How do consumers like to contact operators? Well, many tourism customers still like to have the option of being able to ring, email, or even drive past and inspect the accommodation in which they are thinking about staying at. This is not surprising, given the range of people who look for accommodation in Australia. However, there is a growing number of people who will use your website and social media pages to contact you, and it is for this reason that being online is important to consider for your tourism business. So let's move on to social media. Social media software changes and adapts on a regular basis. It is not uncommon for a business to hear about the next few things and then feel the pressure to engage with it. If you are new to the online environment, there are some things to consider, such as what social media platforms are best for your business. Who can help you get started? For what purpose you will use social media? Who can help you decide on what might work best for you? How can you start slow and careful? On to our next question.
Is Facebook good for B&B operators to consider using?
Well, many tourism businesses have Facebook business pages in addition to their website, and this allows them to interact and collaborate with their consumers. It also allows these consumers or customers to be content creators through sharing their own stories and reviews, pictures and videos when they've visited your B&B. This is a very powerful way of marketing your business without the costs associated with traditional forms of marketing and promotion. You do need to allocate time to moderate and reply as necessary to any posts when they're made. See tutorials 40 through to 49 on social media to learn more about some of the available applications and how to use and manage them. A website is a great way of expressing your business's image, goods and services. It's also important to plan and schedule time to review and update your website content to keep it current, fresh and engaging. Unlike social media pages like Facebook, you can make your website look and function just how you want it to be. On to our next question.
If I wanted to go online and have a website, where would I go and what do I need to do?
That's a good question, and there's so many variables in this one, so it's a difficult one to answer. But we suggest that you seek out 2 or 3 website developers and give them a website brief to quote on. A typical website brief will include things like hosting, domain name, the website layout, the look and feel, the graphics and colours, the navigation and functionality, the usability, the types of platforms it's to run on like mobile devices, etc., and so forth. Often, a website developer will give you a website brief template if they use one. This means that when you get your quotes back, you can compare apples with apples. See these eKit tutorials and read about creating a website that consumers will want to view and some simple steps to making a great online presence. Now let's talk a little bit about the National Broadband Network, or NBN. Superfast broadband is being rolled out across Australia. This infrastructure should allow the delivery of rich content at a far faster rate than many of the currently available broadband internet services. The NBN website says that streamlining your business processes can be made possible in many ways with a connection to services delivered over the NBN. High-speed internet access solutions that were once only for big business due to the money and resources required to implement them are expected now to become accessible to many. See the eKit tutorial on the NBN for more information. So let's recap. What are the benefits of being online? It's simple. If you are not online with your tourism business, then you're going to be missing out on being found by many people who are using the internet to search for B&B accommodation. Being online increases your access to current and future customers for your goods and your services. This improved access allows you to compete with even the big players and delivers economies of scale and the potential to reduce your operating costs that may not have been available if your business was not online. That brings us to our next question.
How can being online reduce my costs?
Traditional B&B operators have a number of fixed costs such as information and marketing brochures, telephone calls, being available to take bookings personally, and so forth. Being online reduces some of these costs. For example, the information and marketing can be done online with no printing costs. Questions can be emailed to you so you can respond when you're able to. Bookings can be made online through a booking system, meaning you don't have to be available 24/7. Any business has the potential to go online, regardless of size. As we discussed earlier, it's important to consider strategies and techniques to ensure that your online presence is fit for purpose.
So what you're saying is that even my B&B is okay to go online?
Yes, absolutely. But remember, you need to think carefully about what you want your online presence to be. There are a number of low-cost and no-cost options to get you started. For example, it costs nothing but setting aside some time to set up a Facebook business page. Whereas if you choose to have a website that you can manage and extend into the future, there are many good value hosting options available. Your website developer can advise you on these as well.
So what you are saying is that I need to have my B&B online so that I can reach more potential customers. Customers can more easily find out my contact details. I can meet my customers' expectations about being online. My competitors don't have the advantage of a marketing channel, which I don't have. I know what others are saying about the B&B and where online, and I can respond to positive and negative comments with the authority of the owner's voice. My customers can work as my travel agents, sharing their photos, videos and experiences with their friends online. I can thank them and interact with them. I can reduce the amount of time and money I spend on brochures, returning phone calls and explaining how the B&B operates. I can use the power of social marketing to grow my business and help people to find me. And I can help other business in my area by referring people to their websites and attractions.
Absolutely. You've summed it up beautifully. Enjoy these Tourism eKit tutorials. They are a great resource.